think that's common sense, but why is it then that nearly every single guy that I've been with has either lied or cheated?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't realise. Now there's something else for me to be worried about.
Not worried
with
about.
guys liking couple photos now as well.
Like-
Because they're actually looking not at the couple, they're looking at the arse or the titties of the woman. How is there a first track photo with a guy? There's no such thing. You know,
But with
unless you're
someone
doing
else.
OF and you're trying to promote
Have you ever faked it during sex?
with one particular ex.
That's a lie. Yo guys, welcome back to another episode on my channel. I'm sitting in this spot, which means I've got a great conversation lined up for you today. You know, on this channel, we love to talk about all things dating and relationships and seeing what we can do to attract the kind of person we want. So without further ado, please welcome AJ to the show.
Hi guys.
Welcome AJ. How are you?
Good.
Yeah,
really
you
good,
good?
thank you.
Yeah.
Apart from smashing up my alloys on the way here.
I know, you were telling me her brand new car and you had just had to mash it up. How could you do that?
I know. Do you know what? I feel like I jinxed myself because I was driving so smug thinking, you know what? I've actually done really well. I've not hit these alloys yet. And
Spoke too
literally, I'm not
soon.
even joking, 10 seconds later.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah.
So listen, I like to always jump straight in, right?
Yeah.
So tell us your age or your age range, asking a lady her age,
Mhm.
and one thing a guy should know about you if he wants to take you on a date.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm 31.
Okay.
And one thing about me is I like adventure and spontaneity. So, you know, I like the average, like nice meal and whatnot, but you know what? If you want to win me over, I want something like a little bit out of the box. Something that like
Okay.
gets us laughing, something a
Yeah.
little bit adventurous.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to date me, you better be adventurous and a little high energy. 'Cause otherwise we're not
Okay.
really gonna get on.
Yeah. So for you, like, let's say a first date, what is like your most ideal first date?
Maybe ideal would be, I don't know, like going to a gig. Like I feel like that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, like something like quite, I don't know, like maybe go ape if the weather was good. Just something a little bit, I don't know, quite.
Yeah, just an activity. You just get
Yeah.
stuck in.
If it's like a first date, you know, sometimes it's quite awkward talking to someone for the first time just across the table.
Just across the table.
And I'm like a talker, so they've finished their food.
Yes.
And then I've got this whole plate of food in front of me. And then I'm like, wait a minute, now I've got to like
ask them
try
something
and
so
eat.
I can then
Yeah,
eat.
so try and gulp this food down. So I feel like me personally, I like to have like a food date, maybe a few dates in.
Yeah.
First date, I don't know, I feel like something fun, something to get us like talking, laughing. Ooh,
Yeah.
something to get the vibes going.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's really nice the first date to have something outside of you both that you can both focus on. Do
Exactly.
you know what I mean? But you can still have a conversation. So like you
Yeah.
said, like a gig or go ape or something.
Exactly.
I'm going to give the floor to you because I know you said you wanted to chat about some things. So is there anything you wanted to kick things
Oh
off
God,
with?
no, don't put it on me. Don't put it on me. Don't put it on me
you
straight
sure?
away.
You sure? Okay, let me
Come
do
on.
this. I've got a few things for you that I think some people will like. Okay. Obviously, because you're middleweight. Used to be middleweight champion.
Yeah, so I'm former middleweight champion.
Okay.
Influence boxing for anyone who doesn't know who I am.
Yes.
So yeah, that's been really interesting. Actually, I found that was something that was quite difficult dating wise.
Tell us why. What do you mean?
At first, so I'm newly single.
Okay.
So at first, when I met my ex, or when I meet a guy, they usually are like, "Oh my God, I love what you do. I love that you're in a combat sport." So some guys either like it or they don't like it because it's quite a masculine sport.
Sure.
I think guys like women being in their feminine energy sometimes. They don't really like a woman that's quite.
Sure.
So finding a guy that first of all is like, okay, I dig this. Like, I think it's really cool that you do like a combat sport. But what I found difficult is being obviously a very male dominant sport.
Sure.
And being around men and finding a guy that's not going to get insecure or feel like a certain type of way because I'm around lots of men, even though it's just like part of, I'm not there to hook up. I'm just there to train.
Yes.
Obviously, you become close with your fight team. But yeah, I found that's something, I don't know, some guys can find quite difficult.
Okay. I definitely get what you mean in terms of, it's quite a masculine sport. But obviously, when you're in the ring, you're fighting. But then when you're with your man, that's the other side of you, right?
Literally.
So I think as long as we can do that, I don't know why that would be an issue. I get what you mean about being around, like you said, you get close to your fight team. Is it a common thing? Because I don't know I'm not in the combat sport world, right?
Yeah.
So is it a common thing for athletes to have connections with their team at all? Does that happen?
I find with my fight team in particular, we're very close. Like, I'm so blessed to have a fight team where I genuinely see my coach as like a friend, like a big brother.
Right.
And I see the other people in my team, like I care about them. But no, I'm not like texting them every day. It's very like it's very like mutual. But I think what my ex had a problem with is with me being in the misfit scene is I'd see other fighters and have photos with them and obviously just be social with them, and it was just a problem. Like,
so we say like other male fighters, I'm assuming. So what was it because you were having the photo? Was it like the kind of photo you were taking? Like, what was it?
I don't know, because I just thought they were just like, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, with this guy, like, do you know what I mean? Having a basic photo to me personally.
Okay.
I personally didn't see anything wrong in this. That's why it's good to get a man's opinion, another man's opinion, because is that something that's wrong to do? Having photos with, I guess, the opposite sex, even though they're not in my fight team, they're part of the Misfits family, they're other fighters. I feel like as a fighter, you should make connections with the other fighters. I think it's good. I don't think you should be like, oh, I can't talk to you because I've got a man. Because at the end of the day, I'm a very loyal woman and I have not been disrespectful. I'm not kissing them. I'm not doing anything wrong. But
so I think there's nothing wrong with making connections. But I think what a lot of guys would say is like, if you're taking a photo, like how you take the photo, I think says a lot for guys. So like, I don't know if you know, but Keanu Reeves, do you know who that is, right?
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves, who played Neo.
Of course.
Some people don't even know. Exactly. Some people don't know, which I'm like, where have you been? But so if you see because he's married, right?
Yep.
Every photo he gets with another woman, he doesn't touch them.
Oh.
So if he has two women here, he'll put his arms out, right? But you'll see he's not even touching them. Right.
Does that not make the photo look weird because he's like hovering?
Well, it's one of those things because when you see it, you can never unsee it. So now you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that does look kind of strange. But if no one said it, you wouldn't even notice.
Really?
So he does that out of respect for his relationship because he's like, obviously he's a superstar. There'll be so many people who want to get photos with him, so many women who will actually want him, right? And so because...
But these are co-stars. These are people he works with.
No, even like fans.
Okay, fans I sort of understand, but
No,
when
and
they're
co-stars,
yeah, I think
and
that's
co-stars.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. That's where I'm probably a bit like.
So I'm not saying that everyone has to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm using that as an example, as in somebody who would either make connections or take photos with people, a lot of photos, right? And he has a photo. That's how he has the photo in a way that he feels is respectful to his relationship. I'm sure he's had that conversation with his wife, right? So I guess,
maybe she doesn't feel comfortable, and that's what makes it. Do you think it's his choice or her choice?
Well, I think when you have a relationship, right, part of having that relationship is you establish certain boundaries and you establish, okay, this is what is respectful for us. And this is a boundary that there's no right or wrong about it, but this is a boundary that maybe we want to have for ourselves.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think that's it. You got to sort of meet in the middle and come up with a compromise.
Yeah.
So if it's like, okay, well, part of my job is sort of being seen with other fighters. Well, if it's a problem, I don't know, then put my arm around me, or like, do you know what I mean? Like when you have, I don't know, I'm just such a social, bubbly person that I'm always just like, even with my girls, if anyone, I'm just like.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they did, but just hypothetically, if you met like another fighter, and you were getting a photo with him, and you knew that he wanted to sleep with you, how would you have that photo? Would you still be like arm around and everything?
No,
like that?
I'd probably be like this.
Okay.
I probably but usually in my photos, I'm usually posing like this anyways, or I'm like I'm not actually, I don't know if I am touching. I'm usually like.
Okay. So if it's like arms around and very touching stuff, I can see why some guys have an issue, especially if you're doing that a lot with like other fighters where you're probably like half naked and so is he. Does that make sense?
Half naked?
As in like if you're fighting, right? Like.
No, these are just like if I've been doing interviews or at a fight and I see other fighters, it's like in very casual social situations where it's like, or for instance, obviously I'm an influencer, or I've been thrown into the influencer scene from Love Island.
Yeah.
I went to an event recently and had a pap guy was like, guys, can you come in for a photo, group photo? And I think, again, I was like, hey. And he kicked off being like, that's so disrespectful. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not that you're having the photos.
Yeah.
But how you're having the photos, different guys will have different lenses for what they feel is respectful for their own relationship. So because if I ask you, like I said, Most guys, you like, if you know a guy that
Yeah.
he would want to sleep with you,
Yeah.
would you still be pally, or would you be like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, if I knew someone really wanted to sleep with me, then I would definitely not
Okay.
do that. But then
So
these guys
guys-
are my friends, so it's
That
a bit
doesn't mean
of
that
like
doesn't want to sleep with you though.
oh.
Come
Is that how
on.
guys think? This
Come
is
on,
the thing, right?
AJ.
Do guys feel like every guy, any straight guy you have a photo with wants to sleep with you, with their partner? Or is
Guys, okay, if you're an attractive woman,
yeah.
98% of men you meet would sleep with you and would probably take
Really?
it.
Is that how men think?
Do you not think so? You know that some
I
men will
don't
have sex with
know.
anything, no?
No, I don't know. I feel like I'm just so innocent in terms of I just see people at face value and how people treat me. And if I think I've known them for a while and they've just come across as mates
Yep.
and never tried to put the like slap it on me thick, then I don't know. I just see them as mates and I'm just like.
So you've never friend zoned a guy?
Maybe in my younger years.
Yeah, but what I mean is like, so that means he's a friend, but you know that he would take that step with you if the opportunity
I
came.
didn't know. So he actually was like a really good friend.
Yep.
Best friend kind of vibes. And then one day, like, yeah, it's like, where did this come from? Kind of thing.
So
I never saw it come in.
So have you ever had a male friend who, for you, it was a friendship, but you knew if you provided the avenue for stuff to happen, he would take it?
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay.
I guess maybe with that one instance.
Yeah.
And then I didn't. Oh no, he never let me think that. But then there was a situation happened. And I was like, oh, okay. Whereas if that situation didn't happen, then it wouldn't have ever.
Sure.
I would never have known.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just so blind to it.
Honestly, you are just blind to it. You are just blind to it. Like especially with my ex. Like if you're a very attractive woman, most guys in your circle would take it with you somewhere, would go further with you. So like, you know, if I'm with a girl, I know she's obviously, you know, very attractive. If I find her really attractive, other guys are going to. So any male friend of hers, I know that they would sleep with her.
Really?
100%.
I think this is where women and men are wired so differently because
Yes.
I can have really good looking mates, but I would still never cross that or never think of them in that way.
Yep.
So maybe this is where I see things differently because I see things so different. I would never cross that boundary because they're my mate and I can appreciate a good looking person, but I don't know, I kind of need to have that personality and that, I don't know, that sort of connection as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, if they're a mate, they're a mate. I'd never cross that line or even think about anything in another way. But I think that's how most women maybe think. That's why I don't see like most men as a threat.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But now if I put myself in a guy's shoes and knowing how guys think now, then I'd be like, okay, now I can maybe see why it would be a threat.
It's
or
not,
like maybe
not necessarily
why they might be feeling a certain type of way.
Well, I think it's more when you're in a relationship, you both have a responsibility to protect the relationship in certain ways. So understanding that, okay, most guys who would come into contact with you, right, young attractive women, they would probably sleep with you. So if you're in a relationship, he's going to be like, okay, well, you're not stupid, so you know that's the case. So when you're taking photos, especially if it's public,
that wasn't
photos,
the case. So I didn't think
you didn't know, right? You didn't know, and maybe
then
that was
to me, I'm like,
communication.
these are just my mates. They're so innocent, and I just feel like, what's the problem? Because it's like you don't trust me, and then I felt like you don't trust me because I'm very loyal and I've never given you a reason not to trust me. And then it's like, okay, well, and then I'm getting hounded for having a group photo, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's
guys.
okay. I'm not saying that's okay to like in that sense, but okay. Let's say, you know, with your boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
If he slept in his
ex-boyfriend,
or like I'm saying hypothetically, you have a boyfriend,
yeah,
right? If he slept in the same bed with another woman, would you feel comfortable with that?
Absolutely not.
Why not? Do you not trust him?
It's not even about not trusting. It's just that intimacy. It's not even about whether I think he'd sleep with her or anything like that. I just don't like someone being that close to my man for that amount of hours. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like it's an intimacy thing. That's something.
So even if they're like facing away from each other,
no, because it's something we do privately. That's something we do together.
You face away from each other.
No,
in bed?
like I'm sorry. What situation would there ever be the need for a woman to be in the same bed as my man. Like there really is never a scenario where that can be a thing.
There can be if sometimes groups of friends go on holidays and they may crash and stuff like that. Like sometimes
Well,
that
you can
happens.
crash in the bathtub or on the floor and let the girl have the bed.
So here's the thing. You know how you feel about that, right? You're like, okay, it's not that I don't trust him.
Yeah.
It's just, that's just a boundary that you have.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing. It's not that he doesn't trust you, but it's that he's expressing this as a boundary that he wants to have.
But being someone who's in the public eye, what kind of upset me is like, my job, I'm a very social person, I'm around men, first of all, because of the boxing, I'm around at events, so I'm going to be photographed with certain people.
Yes.
It's not like a one-on-one me kissing someone, it's literally just, like social settings, usually where a photographer's actually asking a group to have a photo. And you don't want to be standing there like the awkward one when everyone else is like posing for a photo and you're just some people, I can't touch no one.
But this is the thing, like some people in the public, I do that. I'm not saying you have to do that.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not saying there's right and wrong.
Yeah.
Right. Because people have different boundaries.
Yeah.
So I agree. Like if he knows that you're in the public eye and that part of your brand, your socialness is to be social, to be taking photos with people, he can't then get annoyed that that's what you're doing. But I think there can be a way that he would want you to take photos in a way that he feels is still respecting the relationship.
Yeah, and so that's something that that can be discussed, and
that's something you talk about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But I guess, because the thing is, when it comes to, like the guys in the friend zone, a guy in the friend zone with a girl is a girl in the friends with benefits zone with the guy.
Huh?
So like a friends with benefits?
Yeah.
Right? So when a girl's in the friends with benefits zone, that's the same as when a guy is in the friend zone.
I'm so confused. So when a girl is in the friends with benefits, what, the girl's sleeping with the guy?
Yep.
But that's still the same as being in...
So the equivalent is the guy being in the friend zone. So what I mean is this. When a guy's in the friend zone with a girl, she's getting all the emotional benefits, like as if he's a boyfriend, without having to give any of the physical benefits.
Okay.
When a girl is in the friends with benefit zone with a guy, he's getting all the physical benefits as if they're in a relationship, without having to give any of the emotional benefits. So that's why when guys in the friend zone, usually they want more. When a girl's in the friends with benefit zone, she wants more.
Wow.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because men and women show their investment in different ways.
Yeah. So, women are more emotionally involved, I guess.
Yeah. So women show their investment through their sexual intimacy.
Yeah.
Right? But men show their investment through their emotional intimacy. So I get a lot of girls, they'll be like, oh, but we're sleeping together, we're being intimate and stuff. Like, why hasn't he grown feelings for me?
Because men can sleep with anything and not catch feelings, whereas women, it's actually like a scientific fact. I think when women have sex, we release some endorphins and
it's called
pheromones. I don't know.
Yeah, I know the word. What is the word, King?
Endorphins.
It's not dopamine. What is it? What is the word? The bonding hormone. It's gonna come to me, but there's a bonding hormone that women release during sexual intimacy, especially if she. Climaxes. So but men show their investment through emotional intimacy. And when you have a friendship, that's emotional intimacy.
Yeah.
That's why guys are like, I don't know how we can be so close.
Yeah.
Spend this time together.
Yeah.
Be this vulnerable with each other.
Yeah.
And you don't want anything with me. That's what it's like for guys.
Because women just don't look at them in that way. They just think.
Well, yeah, because women can have emotional connections with people without it being a thing.
That's crazy.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
What's one thing you would ask guys today, since you've come back into the dating scene?
Oh God, what would I ask guys?
Oxytocin. That's what it's called. So that was the hormone. That's the bonding hormone, oxytocin. I knew I'd get there.
I don't know. Maybe why guys lie so much.
Can you give me an example?
Like, why do you lie? Why do they lie? Like, even about like the littlest things. I was talking to and I think this is where again it tests a girl's boundaries, because some girls will be okay with it and some girls won't be okay with it.
Yeah.
Like white lies. But then it's like, if you can tell little white lies, what else can you lie about? Like, what big lies can you lie about?
Sure.
Have you ever told a lie, a little one?
Whatever.
To your girlfriend, yeah, or if you a missus that you had, a partner.
Yeah, I must have. Yeah.
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 But why? Is it because you think it just make your life easier in that situation and
Yep.
at that time? So this is what I don't get, because when a woman finds out a guy lies, it makes things a million times worse.
I agree.
So it's actually better just to be outright honest and be like, look, babe, I don't actually want to see you this weekend. I want to go hang out with the boys, instead of being like, babe, I've got to work this weekend.
Oh, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, you know, especially in my adult life, like,
Yeah.
when I was in a relationship, when I was, my teens and stuff, you're just like, oh yeah, because it's not worth the aggro.
Yeah.
Right. But I am, maybe to a fault, just fully transparent.
Have you learned that the hard way from your exes or girlfriends being annoyed because they found out you were lying?
No, I think, if I'm being honest, the reason is because it takes mental energy to track the lie.
Yeah.
And I just can't be bothered. It's just pure laziness. So I'd rather just be honest.
Yeah.
Even about anything, like, because I'd rather just be honest, be like, oh, this is where I'm at. And if that's not you, then that's fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think that's actually the better thing to do, even if it upsets someone, at least it's respectful.
Yeah.
And I think at least it's like transparency, as you said.
Yeah.
And it's better for people to be singing off the same page than think, oh, you know what, telling this little white lie just makes my life easier and less aggro.
But I also think as well is that, well, have you heard that phrase that men fall in love with their eyes and women fall in love with their ears? That's why women wear makeup and men tell lies.
Oh, I never heard this. I'm hearing such new things.
Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
The other thing is that a lot of the time, stereotypically in relationships, guys show love through trying to protect the woman's emotions, right? And trying to look after her feelings. Now,
but it's actually worse, because when you find out they've been lying to you, it's actually like you're not protecting me at all. You're just lying to me.
Yeah, but if I'm going to be honest though, there are times where women want to be lied to.
Tell me a time.
I'll give you an example.
Give me an example.
I'll give you an example. Girlfriend asked the guy, babe, if I was a hamster, would you still love me?
No, because that's just stupid.
Hold on. What does the guy say? What does he say?
He said, of course I would.
Right. But what's the actual truth? If you turn to a hamster tomorrow.
That's theoretically though. That's not like, I'm talking about like real life situations.
Okay, but no, for example though, you might be like, hey babe, can we do something this weekend?
Yeah.
He might not want to do something with you this weekend.
Yeah.
But he can't say that to you.
Yes,
or
he can.
Okay,
feel like
he can.
That's where it's wrong.
Right. He feels he can't say that to you.
Yeah.
Right? Because he
why
might
do
just
guys feel like that then, if that's the case?
Because in that example,
yeah,
he's anticipating you will feel rejected, and you will be like, why don't you want to spend time with me?
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes this whole thing, because then you start to question, he doesn't want to spend time with me, doesn't mean he doesn't care about me anymore.
But I think that's a guy assuming, because actually I'd be like, okay,
right.
if you actually want to spend time with your mates this weekend, that's fine.
Or maybe he just wants time by himself.
But that's fine. Just be honest.
I know, I completely
just
agree with
say
you.
I want to spend some time myself or spend time with the boys, and I'll be like, cool, well, let's do something next weekend then, rather than lie. Because when you find out someone's lied to you, it's like, what the fuck are you up to, first of all? And it might be something so innocent, but then it looks so much worse. And then as well, outside of that, it's like, okay, I kept why you might have, but the fact is, why do you feel like you can't tell me the truth?
So I agree with you. But let me ask you a question. How many women do you think could just accept, babe, I want to spend time with someone else this weekend, not you?
I could accept it.
But
I'd be like, fine, that's cool. I'll make plans with my friends.
Sure, but I'm asking, how many women do you think would accept that? She's like, hey, babe, do you want to spend time this weekend? And he's like, I don't, babe, no.
But don't tarnish every woman with the same brush.
I'm not.
No, but I'm saying this is where it's, you should know your partner. You should be like, okay, is my partner understand? But then I get this is why it be where people probably got trauma from past relationships where they might have not been able to.
Okay. I agree you should be honest, right? And be transparent. What I'm trying to express, sometimes a lot of women think that men see relationships in the same frame as they do. In a sense of, I love him, we're together, I want to spend as much time with him as possible.
Not all women are like that.
Not all women are like that, but a lot are. Many guys are not like that. I care about her, I like her, but sometimes I want to spend time by myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to spend time with my friends.
But I think if people were more transparent, they'd probably realize that their partner probably would want some time on their own as well.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? It's like one of those things where let's just be honest about it. Let's just have time away with each other this weekend. We just discussed it rather than
I agree.
Lied to one another or be lied to.
I agree, right? All I'm saying is that many guys have had the experience of if he expresses anything that is not him wanting to choose the relationship over whatever it else, she takes that as a rejection and it becomes this whole thing.
Yeah.
Where for him, it just goes, if I tell her I've got plans with the boys, she'll just allow me this time, right? I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying through their experiences with many women, a lot of guys are conditioned that a lot of them can't handle the truth.
That's crazy, isn't it? It's sad.
I'm just being honest.
No, it's good. It's good to hear it, but it's just sad that it's like that because I just feel like whenever you go into a new relationship, treat it like a new relationship. See how that person reacts. Be honest.
I agree.
Because you shouldn't be taking your past traumas or past, I don't know, well, I had to lie in that past relationship because especially if you're still getting to know each other, like test the waters, see if you can be honest. Okay, yeah, if she's going to start kicking off, okay, next time I'm going to fucking lie about it.
And I agree, that's the wrong choice because like if she has an issue, that's her.
If it's a new relationship, you should really be testing out. Like, actually, I'm gonna be honest with this person because
sure. But do you not think women tell white lies in relationships as well?
Not from my personal experience.
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever faked it during sex?
With one particular ex.
That's a lie.
So
women do lie. Thank you.
But I think I was really rubbish at faking it. So I think he was also like...
Okay, but a lot of women fake it, which we know.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're lying.
But also...
It's the same thing.
What do you do in that situation though?
You tell me. Just tell them the truth.
Lie there and take it and be like, that's rubbish.
Okay, but maybe you communicate, hey, like this isn't working for me. Can we try this?
What if you've done that?
But most women don't do that.
No, what if you have done that though?
Then you continue to do that.
What if someone's
what
if someone's just not capable?
Not capable of what?
Maybe they're just not capable.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, unless you're saying they just have a very small package. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe they're just not capable. Yeah.
Well, there's other ways to satisfy a woman, isn't there?
Well, yeah, no, and there's times in those times then you don't fake it.
Okay, so then you just express that
okay,
what really
so
works for
me
me is that you say I love it when you do this.
Yeah.
That really gets me.
No,
going.
I do that.
Okay, but we know a lot of women fake it.
Yeah.
So that means they're lying.
Yeah.
So what else could they be lying about?
It's true.
This is what I'm saying, right? Guys will lie to protect a woman's emotions in those areas when it comes to how he wants to spend his time.
Yeah.
Women will lie when it comes to the sexual area.
Yeah.
They'll fake it.
Yeah,
and they're not just honest about it.
Because they're protecting the guy's emotions again. Yeah.
So does that mean she can't be trusted?
A little bit.
So that's like every woman then. That's like 95%. I don't know a single woman who has never faked it. No,
she can. I feel like that genuinely is just trying to like not bruise your man's ego.
It's the exact same thing.
Is it though?
If she's like, hey, I want to spend time with you, and he's like, no, I don't want to. I want time for myself. He's trying to not bruise her ego.
Yeah.
He's trying to not.
But then it's just really bad when you find out they've been lying.
Well, yeah. If a guy finds out you've been faking it the whole time, that is really bad too.
Yeah.
But guys still do it.
Women are too good at faking it that you'd never find out, hopefully.
It depends on the
Until
guy.
you break up and it's like, you know what, all those times I was faking it.
He doesn't
actually shit in bed.
Oh, he doesn't even believe you after that. He thinks you're just being bitter. He'll be like, you're just saying that. That's so funny. Let me ask you something else.
Yeah.
Have you or would you date another fighter?
Do you know what? So I think from going from my most recent experience and relationship, maybe I've realized maybe I need to date someone that's in my industry.
Really? Why is that?
Because guys outside of my industry can't handle me being around the industry I'm in.
What is it that they don't like?
They don't like me being around around men. They don't like me being in the public eye. They don't like me getting comments from followers. I'm someone who likes to engage with my followers. So if someone comments on a photo saying you look beautiful, I usually say thank you or give a little love heart emoji back. Something I think is quite innocent.
A love heart emoji.
Yeah, because I give it to everyone, girls and boys, like everyone. Like I'd give it to everybody. It's not like I'm singling one person out. It's literally just thank you, like love heart. Do you know what I mean? So
Would you feel okay if a girl commented on your boyfriend's photo and he
if you did it
responded
with
love heart?
every follower, and
Every girl, yeah.
yeah, if you do it with every girl and it's like, well,
Okay.
actually, that's just engagement. That's what pushes your socials.
Fair enough.
I would get it. Like if it was just him doing it to one specific person and not everyone, then I'd be like, well, why are you singling that girl out?
So then
Giving that one girl attention.
completely get you. I would ask, why a love heart though? Why not like a fire emoji?
Because if someone's saying you look beautiful, why would I give a fire emoji back?
Okay, why not like a thank you, like a prayer emoji?
Yeah, I do those ones as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I with the love heart or there's something different?
I feel like sometimes just the prayer thing could be a bit cold. You know, it's like, oh, it's a bit like cold. Like, it's a bit like, it's a bit like, I think it's a bit stuck up.
How?
Just been like, thank you.
I get you. How do you think if a guy who had just discovered you
Yeah.
and he just started following your page
Yeah.
and he commented on your post being like, oh my gosh, AJ, you look amazing.
Yeah.
And you responded with a love heart.
Yeah.
What do you think he's going to think?
I think my followers know it's literally just me being engaging.
Not your followers, that guy.
Well, he might be like, oh, well, that's really nice that she actually gets back to her fans and her followers.
You think that's all he's going to think?
Well, I think if he sees that everyone else has got the same thing, he's not going to feel special. He's just going to think, okay, like she makes an effort with her followers.
But unless he actually like explores, he's not going to know that, right? He'll just see in his notification.
But even
like,
if he does, so what? Like, what's going to happen? Like, nothing happens from that.
I didn't say nothing's going to happen. I'm just asking, what do you think he might think from that?
Yeah, so he might be like, oh, well, I don't know. I just think that's nice. Like, she engages with her followers.
That you think that's all he's going to think?
Well, what? He's not going to think, oh my God, she wants to go on a date with me.
No, but he might think that maybe there's an opportunity for him to pursue you.
No, surely not.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think responding with a heart emoji to someone you never
If it was
before?
a private message, private DM, then yeah, maybe, because that's me going out single-handedly, picking up that person's message and responding back. But if it's like a comment, no, I don't see.
If you're loving this episode and these kinds of conversations, then I want to give you something. We recently launched the Kits Angels community. This is a sisterhood for women who are tired of what the dating scene has given them and are ready to take their love lives to the next level. It's a space for you as a woman to not be alone in your journey to love, where we learn, talk, and share our experiences as part of a strong sisterhood, with some leadership and guidance from yours truly, of course. Not to mention never before seen videos from me on how I've led dozens of women to meeting great men. And so as a thank you for watching this episode, I'm giving you a month's membership completely complimentary on me. Just click the Kits Angels link below, and when you join the group, message me the code phrase Angels Podcast and I will pay for your membership. Now back to the episode.
So I'm not saying that he's going to see that and think that you want him, that you're interested.
Yeah.
But he may see that and think there is an opportunity for him to pursue you.
But then when that opportunity comes, it's like, okay.
It doesn't work,
Yeah.
sure. But the point is, he may think that there is.
Okay.
That's what guys have an issue with. Because it looks like you are, do you know what it's like?
But when you're doing it with everyone, it's not just what, like now you're creating a scenario, but when you see you're doing it with everybody, yes, that person who's maybe commented might think that.
Yep.
But when you see actually from the outside, oh, she does that with everybody.
Sure.
Like
but
surely the person you're with shouldn't think, oh, wow, she's wanting to get with all these guys.
No, I don't think anyone's thinking that you want to get with all these guys. But unless a guy looks through your comments, right? Because you know, like notifications, right?
Yeah.
You just see what someone replies. You don't see all the comments on there.
Yeah.
Right. So unless a guy actually looks through the comments, which he might not,
Yeah.
he might just see the notification. He may think, oh, she's available. It's the same thing as when a girl posts a bunch of beauty, sexy photos on her Instagram, but there's not a single photo of her and her boyfriend.
See, this is another thing. I was happy to put a picture of me and my boyfriend up at when we was together.
Yeah.
To confirm, by the way, I am taken.
Mhm.
He wasn't comfortable. And I was like, okay, I'll put emoji over your face just so you're not public.
Sure.
Still didn't want to do it. So it's like, I'm giving you something here
Yeah, I agree. That's on him.
to make it aware to my followers I'm in a relationship, but I'm still showing love to my followers and my fans because I feel like it's the right thing to do personally.
Mhm.
Because people going out their way, they're, you know, why wouldn't I don't like that when people don't really comment back to their fans and followers. I think it's quite
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the example of a girl in a relationship and she doesn't post a photo of her boyfriend. She looks like she's available to be pursued.
But I'm saying that I was happy to do that.
Sure.
So in the situation of if I was to do that and still comment, it shouldn't really be. I told my partner, my ex-partner, that I'm happy to do that to make you feel comfortable. I'm happy to make us public. He still don't want it.
Sure, and that's on him.
Yeah.
But you're asking why. You're trying to understand the man's perspective.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Guys have an issue if they are committed to you, right? That it looks like you are advertising to the world that you are available. Responding to comments with like a love heart, posting photos, sex photos, and when you don't have a single one of your boyfriend, all of this looks like you're advertising to the world that you're available.
So yes, but then for in the background, what I'm saying is yes, advertising to the world. But if your partner knows you was openly open to make it public, and that was their decision,
that's on him.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, well, I've tried to find a compromise, and it's not.
Would you be okay if, like, let's say you were in a relationship with a guy, and let's say he was like an influencer and stuff? Would you be okay if he like never posted you? Would you be okay with that?
I think if it depends on his like what his content's about. If it didn't make sense, say he was like a gym person, unless I was going to the gym with him, like I don't see why he should, because if he's got a very male dominant audience that isn't going to be interested in our relationship, then I don't want to ruin his algorithm. I wouldn't want to ruin his feed. Like I'm if we're a good couple and I know in the background that he makes me feel comfortable, he makes me feel confident in our relationship, then I don't really need the whole social media thing personally. I think if I had the conversation of, oh, could you? And if we found a way to make it work with your page, and he said no, of course you'll be a bit upset and be like, well, why? But if he made us public in other ways, maybe not on his social page, but in other ways, say like we go to events together and people see us out, then again, I wouldn't be bothered.
Yeah, of course. So let's say he was like a fitness model influencer, and most of his following were women. And every time they comment, he was responding with a love heart. You guys were together, and he was like, oh, you're like, he doesn't want to post you, right? Yeah. Would you be okay with that?
I think if the majority of his following are women and that's his algorithm, and it's like if he shows that he has a girlfriend, he might lose a lot of followers because of that, and it might affect his revenue, his income, then yeah, I would be fine with it, because it's like, okay, I know you need to do what you got to do. This is your following. This was your business and your page. I think the thing is with influencers, it is work. Your Instagram is work. It's not your personal private page. It's not like having a private Facebook like you used to with your friends and family. It is literally your work page. It is business. And so if it's his business, if he has got a female dominant following, and if he starts posting a girlfriend, he's going to lose a lot of followers, because obviously they're probably following him being like, oh, he's a good, attractive guy. Unless he could find a way to do it that's like, okay, like now he's, as I said, maybe brings me in for workouts and stuff that girls will probably enjoy seeing, then no, I wouldn't expect him to just start posting me, because it's like, well, how's that going to affect his socials? How's that going to affect his algorithm? How's it going to affect his followers? Yeah. So I feel like I'm secure enough in myself to think, as long as he's making me feel confident on the outside of our relationship, then that is just his work.
Completely agree. So would you still feel comfortable if most of his following are women, kind of thirsting over him, and it's a business, etc. Yeah. And every comment he is responding with a heart? Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it's something he always did before me. Okay, and it's something, and it's every comment or majority. Where obviously maybe sometimes he might be able to do every comment because he's busy, but it's like, as long as he's not single-handedly acting like just picking one specific girl, and it looks like it's a trend. Sure. As long as it's like he's trying to just engage with all of his followers and just be, do you know what I mean? I feel like that's what
boosts his engagement.
Yeah.
If you commenting back and then they're going to comment again because it's like, oh, well, this person actually like replies back to me, this person I'm following, you'll be surprised at like the power of just being
Yeah, it
nice back
helps.
to your
Of
followers.
course.
It's like, it makes them want to come back. It makes them think, oh, actually, this is someone that, you know, I want to follow, because it's not just like I'm doing it. It's like they're actually engaging back. So yeah, I wouldn't be too bothered about it.
Yeah, I hear that. And, you know, that's great for sure, right?
And that's why I think, as I said, dating someone in the same industry would probably understand it rather than someone outside of the industry, which wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because they see it, as you say, a different way of,
Yeah.
you know, a completely different way.
Yeah. And I think what can happen, this is for guys and girls, right? Because I'll be honest, if I ask most women that question, they would have an issue with that.
Oh, really?
Like they have an issue with guys liking another girl's photo.
I think if it's your, I don't like guys. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy with my partner liking another girl's photo.
Why is that?
If it's like, for instance, Misfits, my boyfriend was another fighter and he's liking fighter related photos, boxing related female photos, like his favorite female fighters.
Yeah.
Fine. But if it's a sexy, attractive picture of a woman, I don't like a guy. I wouldn't like my man showing interest in a man like that, like a woman, another woman like that.
But isn't that engagement for his business?
How's that engagement for his business? Him liking another person's photo?
Well, because if they like each other's photos and then why? What's the difference?
No, that's not engagement for his business. Engagement for his business is him commenting back, because it boosts your comments. It shows that they're on your post. It's going to reach more people because Instagram is seeing that people are engaging with that post. You liking a girl's photo does not do anything for their business.
No, what I mean is this, right? Because there are some people we're connected to online and some people like, it's weird. There's like a subculture of like relationships and social media where you have people like, you'll just like all of each other's posts because you like, you help give each other engagement,
you know that
right?
person,
that's what I mean.
If it's like someone in that industry he knows of, fine. But if it's just a hot influencer girl that he's just liking because she's hot, I would not like that.
What if he's liking because she likes his photos too?
No, because that's them showing interest in one another.
How's that not them? How do
if
you know that's not them showing
her,
engagement?
If she's not in the same field of industry he's in, say he's a fighter, she's another fighter, fair enough, whatever. Because it's actually showing that they're I don't know, it's like, it's different. I mean, it's like if it's like fight related stuff, but if it's a hot picture of a girl in a bikini or a sexy dress, then if he's in, as you said, like, I don't know, gym, how does that?
Well, I'm saying that, you know, they help each other out with their likes and photos.
No.
You
unless
don't believe
it's
that's
actually a friend,
you don't believe that's a
in the
thing?
industry, unless he's actually met her and knows her. If it's some absolute randomer that he doesn't know, then no, I wouldn't like him like her photo, a girl's photo.
Even though that was something that they were doing before you?
If it was something they were doing before me, then it's like, well, clearly you're interested in each other.
Why do you think that though?
Because if you're liking one another's photos.
But like liking someone's post helps boost the post.
Oh, if you're saying if it's like, okay, fair enough. If it was something before me and it's like, okay, I've got influence of guy mates that I'd probably do that with, then fine. If it was before and it's not something that's new whilst you're in a relationship.
Like you help each other out as an influencer by
fine.
like
that's
liking
fine.
And boosting the post. That's what I mean.
That's fine. Like an engagement group, that's fine. Like you have that. Yeah.
You have people that you just help engage with.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay.
I don't mind that either.
Yeah.
It's when a guy, like, for instance, my ex did this, like he would like other hot influencer girls' photos. And it's like, well, what's your reason for that? Other than you like the look of her.
It's really interesting because it's puzzling for a lot of guys where if a girl, for example, posts a lot of sexy thirst trap photos, but she doesn't like it when her man, which those photos, guys are going to be liking the photo because they think she looks good.
Yeah.
But they don't like it if their man likes the photos.
Yeah.
So it's like they'll participate in it, but they don't.
Yeah, because your man's taken.
But she may be taken.
Yeah, she's taken, but it's like she knows that your man should be comfortable enough to know that my girl looks hot.
Yeah.
She looks sexy. He's probably the one who took the photo. He should be secure in the relationship to think, yeah, let go. It's like walking down the street with your girlfriend looking hot and all dolled up. Yeah. People are going to stare, but at the end of the day, you know you're taking that woman home. You know that she's loyal to you. She loves you. There should be no issue.
But if she's taken a photo that she's entering a space without me, It's different if she's taking a thirst trap photo with me and then posting it.
How is there a first trap photo with a guy? There's no such thing. You
can
can't make
take
a
it-
first trap photo with your partner. That's not a first trap because you got your partner in the photo. What the fuck?
Well, you can't take
That don't make
you
sense.
can't take a thirst trap photo
Not
with
unless you're
someone
doing
else.
OF and you're trying to promote porn
Wait. So you think you can't take a thirst trap photo with another person in the photo?
with your boyfriend. How's
Right.
that first trapping the opposite sex if your boyfriend's in it?
So if a girl's in a bikini with her ass bent over and her boyfriend's in the background, that's not a thirst trap?
I think guys will be like, well, her boyfriend's in that photo. That's not a first trap at all. It's like her and her boyfriend.
A thirst trap is just a photo that makes that when a guy looks at it, he thinks sex, regardless of who's in it. So you can have plenty of people in the photo and it can still be a thirst trap.
Oh, really?
You don't think so?
I don't know. I just never considered it. I never thought of it. This again is how men and women think differently.
If
I had a photo with just, I guess maybe you could, but it is. I would say, yeah, maybe it's a little bit of first draft because guys just get turned on by any look of tits and ass, maybe. But it's. I wouldn't say it's a intentional first trap photo because if your partner's in it.
Okay, so if a guy, your boyfriend, liked a photo of a girl in a bikini but her bent over with a boyfriend, you'd be cool with that?
Definitely not.
But why? It's not a thirst trap photo, right?
But does he know them?
No. It's not a thirst trap photo, so
But it's just weird. It's just weird to like it. What's your reason for liking it? That's the only thing.
come on, you can't have it both ways,
No,
AJ.
my question would be, what is your reason for liking it? Like, what is your reason for liking it?
He might think it's a good photo. I don't know.
Yeah, because her ass is out.
But it's not a thirst trap because her boyfriend's in it.
No, no. As you've said, it is a first trap. I didn't think like that before.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't realize. Now there's something else for me to be worried about.
Not worried
with
about
guys liking couple photos now as well,
Like-
because they're actually looking not at the couple, they're looking at the arse or the titties of the woman.
Yeah, I think here's the thing. Personally, I don't think guys should like thirst trap photos anyway. Personally, I think it encourages. Like, it's funny because guys would be like, I don't want to be with a girl who does that, but then they'll like those photos, right?
Yeah.
So I think it encourages and rewards attention for a behavior they ultimately don't like. But the reason I'm saying that is because you said, you were like, oh, why is he liking it? Because he thinks she looks good. That's why he's liking it, right?
Yeah.
Now,
And that's what's upsetting.
right. No, here's the thing. I don't.
Because then
and
it's
you
like,
can
I
tell me
don't
if you're
look
wrong.
like that.
So here,
And you
right.
like the look of that.
So is
so
it?
now you're making me feel insecure.
So here's the thing. Do you think that if a guy's with you, he's not going to find any other woman attractive ever?
I think you will, and so would I. But
Okay.
don't act on impulse. Don't actively show that you're interested in other people.
So that's my point, right? It's the publicizing
Yeah.
that he thinks this is attractive,
Yeah.
right? That's what we have an issue with. Yeah, for sure. Completely justified. But we have to remember that the way men and women generally, how they attract the opposite sex is different. Okay. Men pursue, but women advertise.
Yeah.
Right? So if a guy wants to pursue a woman on social media, he will slide into her DMs.
Yeah.
He will
Like a photo.
directly message her. He will like a photo. He will publicly show
Yeah.
and he will directly show interest.
Yeah.
How women get a guy, they don't pursue him that way. They will advertise themselves to provide an avenue for him to pursue. That is like posting thirst trap photos to see if he likes it. That is like posting her on her story to see if he's one of the first people who sees it. So if we can understand that men pursue and women advertise, right? That's why guys have an issue when a girl is posting sexy,
But
like
what if
half
it's
naked
part of their
photos.
job? Like, it's like if you're dating
hold on,
an
I don't disagree with you.
influencer, you know you're dating an influencer from the get-go. So what, now I'm not going to post anything at
No,
all?
I'm not saying-
I've
I'm
got
not
to
saying
change
that.
my whole idea of content because
No.
I'm now with a guy that doesn't want me to
No, that's
get
not what
attention from guys.
that's not what I'm saying. Because if a guy chooses you and he knows that,
Yeah.
right, then he should be like, okay, well, I'm accepting this comes
Yeah.
with this person,
Yeah.
right? So if that's a deal breaker for him,
Yeah.
he shouldn't choose you,
Yeah. It should've
right?
got you in the
100%.
first place.
But what I'm trying to say is, even as an influencer, even for business justified reasons, you can it can still be an opportunity to find someone,
Yeah.
right?
Of course.
Like a guy engaging with another girl on social media, he's doing it for engagement because they engage each other, but it could also be an avenue for them to show interest.
Yeah, of course.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
So ultimately, men and women feel the same way, but because of how generally women will attract a man and how a man will attract a woman, when it's being done publicly, that's when we have an issue with it. Because when a guy does it publicly, you have an issue.
Yeah.
When you do it publicly, they have an issue.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I agree. Like, at the end of the day, so here's what I would ask then. If a guy just like liking random girls' photos online is something that he's just done since before you, would you expect him to stop that if he was with you?
Yes, because if you were liking random girls' photos,
Yep.
like that he just thinks are attractive.
It sounds like I'm fighting for it, and I really don't. I don't think guys should do
it's
it.
like if you're liking random girls' photos that you think are attractive when you're single, fair enough.
Yeah.
But when you've got a woman that you're meant to love, you should really only have eyes for them. Yes, of course, we're going to see attractive people in the street and think, oh, that's a good-looking person. You can appreciate a good-looking person. Watch a movie. That's a good-looking actor. But we don't act on it because I think that's where it's disrespectful. So if he's still continuing to like girls' photos, it's like when you were single, fair enough. You're single, so you're putting yourself out there. You're, as you said, trying to pursue. What are you trying to pursue when you've got a woman? Stop pursuing.
So let me ask you a question then. Let's say...
Go pursue then, be single.
Yeah.
Pursue as much as you want. Just pursue without me, basically, because I ain't dealing with that.
Let's say there's a girl who, she doesn't make money from social media.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not her job, but she posts sexy photos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If she gets into a relationship, right? Because like what she's doing that because
she
she's
should
advertising.
stop.
She should stop?
She should stop.
Okay.
Especially if her partner's okay with it, fine. But if her partner doesn't think it's okay and it's not a way of her making money, it's not part of her job, then why would she? I don't know. I think there's a sexy photos. It depends. Like still dress up nice. Don't like wear sexy nice dresses. Like you still look sexy. But when you're saying like sexy, I'm thinking like bra and knickers and shit. And then no.
Yeah, like sexually provocative.
Yeah,
we should say.
sexy provocative. Absolutely not. When you've got a boyfriend and you're not in the social scene because you are then literally still looking single. Like,
and that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Now, even if you add the monetary value to it, which is a business, all you're adding is a justifiable reason to it, but you're still looking single.
Not when I said I was happy to make it public.
No, I'm not saying you specifically, but I'm just saying like...
No, but I'm just talking about my situation here.
Of course. But I'm just saying that when you...
Of course.
Even if you add, okay, I get paid to do this.
Yeah.
You can still look single.
Yeah.
Because people don't know if you get paid.
But then if it is their way of income, then yeah, like this is where a guy's got to be comfortable with that because he knew that he was going to date a woman whose job is that. Like they can't expect, unless he's expecting her to find another way to make money or he's going to make money for her, then she can't stop. You went into that relationship knowing that was her way of making income. That's what she does for a job. You went into that knowing, unless you went into that relationship at the beginning and said, I don't feel comfortable with you doing that. So this is something, if we're going to pursue in the future, you're either going to have to come away from that or it's not going to work.
I agree.
So if you are willingly going into a relationship when you know that that's that girl's job, then you really can't say much because...
I think I agree. I think you communicate that from the jump, being like, you know, especially if you started dating and it's getting to the point where it might be getting serious, then you both communicate that, hey, look, this is just something that maybe I'm not really comfortable with.
Yeah.
Is this something you're willing to compromise on? You know, because that's what a relationship is.
Of course.
What's something guys get wrong about you?
I think guys think I'm really intimidating and maybe I'm very alpha and I don't know, like...
Is it because they see you knocking someone out?
Maybe that. Like, I think, first of all, because I'm a Sagittarius, I'm a fire sign, so I am a fiery character.
Okay.
I think a lot of guys are scared of me. Like, they're intimidated because maybe I'm a little bit outspoken and maybe I'm quite opinionated in terms of how I should be treated, but I'm actually a very loving girlfriend and I'm very loyal. Once someone, I think I've got a hard exterior, but I've gone for a lot with men. Like a lot of men have fucked me over. So I think I'm very hardened in terms of I make it very clear that I'm not going to be fucked around with and I won't stand for it.
Do you think that can sometimes make you come across that you're not over it? And the reason I say that is because it's like, take dating apps for example.
Yeah.
Sometimes I guess this is usually women. I've not seen guys do this, but I guess maybe in like apps like Grindr, they actually might put this. But for girls, like not looking for any hookups, not looking for any one night stands. If you're looking for something casual, swipe left.
Yeah.
She feels like, oh, I'm expressing my boundaries.
Yeah.
All a guy sees is that you've been hurt and you're not over it.
Really?
Yeah.
I just think it's someone being transparent of basically don't waste my time. Like
But-
if you're wanting a hookup, because some people on dating apps are. So I think it's just good to be transparent and say, look, basically, if you're not looking for something serious, then we're going to waste each other's time.
But here's why this doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because the guy who's looking for something casual,
Yeah.
he's not even read your bio. He's gone, oh, she's hot, swipe right.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's not even read your bio.
Yeah.
The guy looking for something genuine, who's actually going to read it, is going to go, oh, okay. So basically what you're telling me is that you've been burnt before and now I have to work harder to prove I'm not that guy.
Why is that read as you've been burnt just because she's been transparent in that she doesn't want to mess around. She doesn't want to fuck around, basically. She doesn't want to fuck buddy. She just wants someone who's serious about a relationship.
Okay,
How does that make out she's burnt because she's just like not interested in any hookups?
Let me ask you a question. If you came across a guy's profile and all you saw was not looking for any gold diggers, if you're looking to just go on nice dates, this isn't me, right? Etc. Swipe left. What would you think?
I think, yeah, like he's probably, I think I'd still probably swipe right if he was a good looking guy and think, yeah, like clearly he just wants something serious. He doesn't want time waster. He doesn't want someone who's
So if you saw that,
like he doesn't want a girl that's basically just a time wasting user.
So if you saw that, you wouldn't think, oh wow, he's clearly had issues with that before.
Yeah, he probably has, but I don't see that as a problem. Because I think it's like he probably has, and it's like he's just trying to warn away anyone who is that, which I don't think is a problem.
Okay, but if a girl's a gold digger,
there are gold diggers out there.
Sure, but if he's coming across like he has a lot of money and the girl's a gold digger, she's going to swipe right on him anyway.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of it like that, but I just thought
that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't. When you're coming from a place of negative,
yeah,
I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. It just comes across that I'm still scarred and I'm not over it.
Yeah, I think can read like that, but I can also see that person just being like, do you know what? I have been scarred. I can't be bothered to mess around. I just want the serious people who probably either in the same boat or are feeling the same of don't want to mess around. Don't want someone who's just gonna like do this and do that.
So I'm not saying that you can't express that, but here's what would be a better way to say it. Looking for a genuine connection with someone I can build life with. P.S. I like sushi. Let's do that for our first date. Right? You're expressing that you're looking for something serious and genuine, but the approach you take comes from a place of playfulness and inviting, as opposed to...
I like that approach. I don't mind. That approach
do you know
is
what I mean?
nice as well. I'm just saying the other approach, I don't see it as that bad.
I'm just telling you that's how guys see it. Because generally, like, if a woman sees, oh, not looking for gold diggers, etc.
The other one that you said, but I can see, but I also can see why people just don't. I think when people get, how old are you?
30.
Yeah, so I'm 31, and I think when you've been through, I don't know. I guess some people are just probably like, oh, sick of time wasters now.
I know, but what I'm saying is that when you're wanting to establish something with someone new, we're supposed to be excited about it.
Yeah, I think it comes across a little bit like, whoa.
It comes across as jaded.
Yeah,
and it comes across that this person is still bitter. They're not over it.
Yeah,
and so for a genuine person, they think, so basically, I have to work harder.
Yeah.
Because of some previous guy. I have to undo the damage a previous guy did. Why would I sign myself up to? That's not fair to me.
Yeah.
Just like if I was jaded from previous experiences, it's not fair. I put that on you.
They shouldn't be on dating apps then though if they're jaded. Just don't be on a dating app. You're not ready to date.
Well, I'm just saying that, there's a way you can come across in a way that shows that you are ready to date, but look for whatever it is that you're looking for. Do you know what I mean? Let me ask you something else. So even though you could probably protect yourself better than most people, is there still a desire to be with a guy that you can feel safe with?
That's all I've ever wanted, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, I think that's another thing. I think guys think, oh, she can look after herself. I'm quite independent, but I'm sick of being independent. Like, I want a guy to look after me, like make me feel like not like financially, obviously, but I do want a guy that also, if I was to have their babies, I can think, okay, I'm secure here. Like I'm not the only sole breadwinner. But
what about physically safe?
No, physically safe would be really nice. Like, it would be nice to just have someone make me feel like I want to be in my feminine energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to be in my feminine energy.
But you can be. You just have to choose it.
Well, yeah. Like, I think that's the thing. I think I just need to find the right person who makes me want to feel my feminine energy, which I think I've with my last ex, I'll give it to him. I felt like that. I did, until he started lying about things and making me feel like I couldn't trust him.
Sure.
And then that's when your guard goes up, and it's like, well, now I can't be this person because you're making me feel a certain type of way. So, but I think any woman, most women would want to feel protected and feel in their feminine energy with their partner. I don't want to feel like I'm the one who's got to protect my man.
Of course. So obviously if your partner, breaks that trust, then of course what you're saying is, I don't feel comfortable to fully trust you, right? Mm-hmm. But ultimately the person you are in the relationship, that's completely your choice, regardless of the other person.
Yeah.
But if you want to attract like a guy and he's masculine, you have to be feminine first. The thing of, when I'm with the right guy, that's when I'll be with my feminine. That doesn't work.
When I'm on dates, if I'm actually interested in someone, I am in my feminine energy. I'm in my,
of course,
I'm my feminine energy. I'm playful. I'm feminine. But I also am I make very aware that, like what I've been through in the past.
You make it very aware to them?
Yeah, that I don't want to be lied to. And I don't want to be with someone who's going to cheat on me, basically. So
do you think if you didn't say that, he would think that's okay?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, they still do it anyways, don't they? So my last ex still did it, but I feel like I'm laying down my boundaries of don't lie to me. That's the one thing. Do you know what it is? It's not whether they aren't going to do it, but it's just saying, I've been through this. Please do not do it to me, because if you do, then that's it. I'm out. Like, I'm out. And it's just like giving someone that pre-warning. So if they still choose to do that, then they know the expectations of, I'm not going to be around. I'm not sticking around for that behavior. I'm not doing it. So
I think there's, when you lead with that, there's nothing wrong with expressing those things. Like when you get to know someone and you find out your past experiences, and you be like, this is a situation that I was in and this is what I learned from it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But when you lead with, just so you know, if this or this or this happens, I'm done. I've been there. I've done it. I'm out.
I don't talk like that, by the way. That's not how it came across, but I'm just saying that it came up in conversation.
Sure. I'm just saying that I just don't think it serves you to, not you, when I say you, I mean people. I just don't think it serves us to lead with that, even if that is something that is at the forefront.
Yeah.
Because like someone going, I don't want to be lied to, I don't want to be cheated on.
Yeah.
For most people, that's common sense. Like you don't have to say that, right?
But this is the thing. You'd think that's common sense, but why is it then that nearly every single guy that I've been with has either lied or cheated?
When you say lied, do you mean like a white lie like we talked about earlier?
No, like my ex met up with his ex behind my back whilst I was on holiday, lied about it. He then after that lied about being at work when we were meant to meet each other again. So
but he didn't do it because he thought it was okay. That's why he lied about it.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I had an eye fit and I had to work that out. Okay. Last thing I want to ask you.
What?
What's the number one thing you want in a man that you can't live without?
A good sense of humor. Oh man, there's so many actually. That.
Yeah.
Communication. Trust. Oh my God, I can keep going.
Yeah, I like humor. I mean, trust, communication, I assume.
Yeah, you should. Well, some don't.
I assume.
So, but yeah, good sense of humor. I think one of the main traits I like in someone is outside of this hard exterior, I'm a proper big dork behind closed doors.
I believe you.
And yeah.
I believe you.
And I like being able to be weird with someone and feel like I can just be myself with them. We enjoy each other's company. We can do stupid stuff together, stupid dancing, just be silly, make silly noises, whatever. And I think that's a really big, that is a huge part of what I want in a partner. That's someone, because obviously looks fade
Yes.
as we get older. You know, looks fade, and you just want someone you can just be silly with for the rest of your life.
A friendship.
Have a laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, a friendship. 100%. 100%. Listen, I'm going to wrap it there. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
If people want to find you, where can they find you?
So Instagram is Andrea Jane Bunker. I think TikTok is AJ Bunker Official, I think.
Okay.
And what other things is there? Oh, there's Twitter, but I don't even know.
You don't really use that.
You
don't use that.
Yeah, it's more fight related stuff. I think it's AJ Bunker _ or something like that.
Well, we appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on. Guys, go show us some love. Give her a follow. Give her a like. All that stuff. Thank you for tuning in. And I will see you in the next episode.